Hello, Larry Johnson again. Welcome to Countercurrents. I lied. I said I was just going to use this channel exclusively for interviews, but in light of last night's remarkable debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, I felt like I needed to offer some commentary and observations. Uh, we'll follow up soon with some interesting new people to present to you. The question that I think lingers around the world is who is in charge? Who's running the United States? The performance of Joe Biden in this so-called debate last night, which was hosted by CNN and moderated by Jake Tapper and Dana Bash. Many expected that they would be hostile to Donald Trump. They weren't. And that's a tell. Meanwhile, Joe Biden came out and performed as many of Biden's political opponents expected. I don't want to just classify it as just Republicans. Most people have watched the physical and mental decline of Joe Biden over the last 3 years, now entering the fourth year of his presidency. It's visible. Despite repeated propaganda from a variety of news channels insisting that, oh, no, you don't trust what you're seeing. No, that's not the truth. Truth is that Joe Biden's a vibrant, dynamic guy. He's not. He has some form of dementia. I don't know if it's Alzheimer's. I'm not a doctor, but I had a mother-in-law that went through a similar kind of decline. The only difference is Biden's physically declining as well as mentally declining. And this is alarming, which really raises the question about who's in charge, who's making decisions. I know a number of people who are well informed in the political arena of the United States, who are wealthy, sophisticated, smart. Not a single one has a damn clue. Nobody knows. We're all speculating. Is it Obama that's pulling the strings? Is it some cabal of bankers? Is it the Clintons? Is it all of the above? Or is it nobody? We don't know. And that's fine if you're talking about running a lemonade stand. But when you got some guy who's got his finger on the nuclear button or the potential to launch a nuclear war, it's dangerous. And I suspect one of the top collection priorities for foreign intelligence organizations, including the Chinese, the Russians, the Brits, the French, the Israelis, everybody's trying to figure out who's in charge, who's actually calling the shots, who's making the decisions. There is and has been for more than a year a story circulating. I have it from two very reliable sources that more than a year ago there was a meeting in New York City in which Michelle Obama sat down with a bunch of Democratic political operatives who are, big money people, decision makers, and she basically agreed that Biden will be forced to resign and she will step in and run for president. A lot of this is predicated on the notion that, she's popular with the women. I simply continue to try to remind people that when she had a show on Netflix, she couldn't attract viewers, couldn't get ratings. If you can't get ratings and viewers on Netflix when you're someone with a profile and reputation of Michelle Obama, then it tells you something that she does not really have that kind of political reach. She's not known for presenting some ideas that are captivating to Americans. Right now, Americans are concerned about this out of control border with illegal immigrants murdering young women and raping young women They're concerned about crime in the streets, and they're concerned about higher prices. Beyond that, whether it's abortion or other issues, despite the, let's call it the legacy media's attempts to incite interest in those areas, the vast majority of people still continue to vote with what affects them in their daily lives. So what are we facing here? I wanted to wait till this morning. So when I'm doing this is Friday morning, the day after the debate. I wanted to see what some of the, news shows on both mainstream television and cable news were saying. And it's remarkable. ABC News, for example, my wife walked in shocked. She said they were touting how well Joe Biden did last night. They can't even admit what a debacle it was. But other shows such as Morning Joe with Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, they were more alarmed. They recognized that, if you remember a week ago, they were making fun of Republicans for claiming that Biden was mentally deficient and struggling. And, that's just, taking things out of context. Well, last night people saw for real time that Joe Biden, were it not for the drug cocktails infusing his bloodstream, he would be a gibbering idiot. Maybe some would argue he's already a gibbering idiot with or without the amphetamines coursing through his bloodstream. Will, I guess there are several options to consider. One, Joe Biden doesn't appear at all interested in resigning. He's not at all thinking about the interests of the country. He's thinking about Joe Biden. And his wife certainly is the biggest enabler. She was celebrating his performance last night in the wake of this horror show that left many Democrats who had bought into the propaganda just shocked. They couldn't believe Biden was that bad. So I don't see Jill Biden and Joe Biden necessarily bowing out. So if they continue and run into November, I think it's a guaranteed defeat for the Democrats, and not just for Joe Biden, the president, but for people running for the Senate, people running for governor, people running for the House of Representatives. It could be a complete wipeout for the Democrats. The other story out there is that, the alternative is that Biden will resign and that will install Kamala Harris as president. But importantly, nobody wants her. But Kamala wants her. Kamala wants to be president. Kamala wants to sit in the big chair. So then it becomes an issue of, can she rally enough votes at the Democrat National Convention? Here's where it really gets interesting. Despite all of the supposedly elaborate plans to install Michelle Obama or whoever, let's not forget that there's a significant plurality, maybe it's just a minority in the Democrat Party, that embrace insanity. They insist that there's no such thing as biological sex, that a man can be a woman can be a man. It's just a matter of what you say, that there's no such thing as he or she, there are they or them. So they embrace a whole host of delusional policies that are completely out of touch with science and reality, and yet insist that they are science-based and reality-based. So given that, they're not rational. And I think there's a big assumption among a lot of analysts that this process is going to be rational. It's going to step back and say, who would be our best candidate? Some float the name of Gavin Newsom. Are you kidding me? You got people fleeing California because of Gavin Newsom. We're not talking a few hundred. We're talking tens of thousands, if not more. We've learned that they've lied about employment statistics in California. So Newsom, what's his campaign slogan going to be? I'm going to do for America what I did for California. Don't see him. And he doesn't really have any name recognition across the country, except among the political class. Oh, they like how he looks. He's a handsome guy. But as far as connecting with people, no. Gretchen Whitmer, former governor of Michigan, ditto, same thing. Oh, she's even less well known. And they keep forgetting that, unfortunately, this election is not about selecting the guy who's going to be the best leader or the woman who's going to be the best leader. It's like a popularity contest in high school. Who do you think's the best? And to bring in some genuine nobodies that most of the country does not know is not going to be a solution for the Democrats. So what we're looking at going forward here is a period of incredible chaos in the political system of the United States. And within that, almost reckless, some very, very reckless policy implementation, both on the internet, especially on the international front with respect to the war in Israel and Palestine and the war in Ukraine. Just as a concluding note, the Russian defense minister yesterday issued orders to start shooting down drones and other Western intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance platforms operating in the Black Sea. Didn't use the word shoot down, but he told he gave orders to the military to make sure that they take care of this problem. That means shoot down. So as the world teeters towards World War III, is now confronted with the reality of a Joe Biden who's mentally incapable of making any sound decisions. And the political structure of the Democrat Party is in complete chaos as they are scrambling around trying to figure out what to do, who's going to be in charge. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching Countercurrents. I'm Larry Johnson. Please hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for upcoming events. Thank you.